said I'm ready for greatness. I 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 said I'm ready for greatness.
All right, fam, welcome back. This is episode 3, the Big Wheel Breakdown. We're still in our series, The 5 Comeback Anchors, the 5 truths that have kept me steady when life tries to knock me down and kick me in the ass. We've kind of locked in number 1 and number 2 already. Number 1 was feel the gut punch. Don't stay down there long. Number 2 is own your crap and don't feed the blame. Now we're going to be on to anchor 3. Control what you can and release what you can't. Now this one right here, this one has kept me from losing my mind and hurting people more times than I can count. I'm not a violent person, but you know what I mean. I think this is one of the biggest lessons I've ever learned in my life, and trust me, I'm still working on it every day. None of this stuff is finalized. You know, think about it. As I'm still learning this thing, it's like I cannot control every single piece of a situation. I just can't. Neither can you. And the moment I stopped trying to manage everything was the exact moment I started finding my own peace. Now, I've worked with a lot of people over the years, musically and in jobs. And you know what they say? The best thing about working with people is the people. And the worst thing about working with people is the people. Learning human nature, really studying it, and having emotional intelligence is one of my greatest gifts. It's helped me in ways I probably didn't even appreciate until later. And I'm sure I got my fair share of detractors, haters, or whatever you want to call them. But here's the truth. And this is something that I learned very early by Carolyn Elijah. If they're not feeding you, and if they're not, let's just say, romantically involved with you, and they're not paying you, then their opinion doesn't matter. The other thing was everybody got an opinion, just like everybody's got you know what the rest of that one is. So it's that simple. So I've kind of lived with this level of anonymity in my mind and continuity of thought for years. I've never felt pressure to shape myself around who likes me or who doesn't. And that's a huge part of releasing control. Because here's the thing. Trying to control how people feel about you is not a thing. It's not possible. And that shouldn't be on your to-do list. Now, when it comes to circumstances, completely different story. And this is where I had to develop the muscle. Here's a simple example. Check this out. Now, I've lived on the second floor of an apartment complex a couple of times. Have you ever tried to move furniture up and down those stairs by yourself? Well, you just have to figure it out. You use the angle of the stairs, you work with the weight, you adjust your grip. The controllable part is how I move the thing, not just simply wishing the stairs will disappear. And that's just how my brain works. It's never about the path of least resistance. It's what works versus what doesn't. Pure and simple. Same thing used to happen to me on stage. If I had a wardrobe malfunction, if a hem came loose, or a stitch popped out, you think I ever stopped the show? Hell no. I used to run off the stage. I'd use paper clips, rubber bands, masking tape, even duct tape if I had to. Now that's the stuff that I can control. Life kind of works the same way. You didn't get that promotion you were looking for? Fine. Do something to promote yourself. See, I can't control what someone else does with their position, their influence, or their resources. But I can control what I create, how I move, and most importantly, how I treat people. And that's what brings me peace. Now, does it still affect me sometimes? Of course it does. I'm only human. I want to break my foot off into some, you know what I mean. But I don't let it consume me. I don't let it grip me with fear. I don't let the anger overwhelm me. I don't sit and spew hate or even worry about things long. And listen, this is not some Pollyanna fairy tale. And if you don't know who Pollyanna is, go look her up. It's a little girl who used to think everything was fine, but that's not me. I'll give you a better analogy. What about that meme of the dog sitting at the coffee table with flames all around him, just sipping his coffee going, yeah, everything's fine. That's me sometimes. So here's how I work through stuff when it happens to me. I kind of boiled it down to 3 steps. First, I decide how I feel about the situation. Is it worth the energy, the debate, the anger, the physical and mental stress? Number 2, I ask myself, will holding on to this make anything better any faster? If the answer is no, then I let that stuff go really fast. Step 3, I find my peace. I decide, and then I make a move. I change direction. I'll start something new just to take my energy back. Because the truth is, controlling what you can and releasing what you can't is not giving up, it's glowing up. Now, Anchor 3 is like a mental weight loss. So every time you let go of something you can't control, you've just dropped a brick out of your backpack. And here's the magic. When you stop gripping the uncontrollable, your hands are free to start building again, which is exactly where we're heading next. Anchor 4. There's always more than one way to do a thing. And if you don't have something, build it yourself. This one is about refusing to take no as a final answer and becoming the architect of your own comeback when the road that you're on gets blocked. So stick with me. Next episode, we're rolling up our sleeves and building something new. Until then, keep it moving, keep breathing, and keep your hands on what you can control and let the rest go. I'm Big Will, and this was the Big Will Breakdown. See you next time. Lay it down, tunnel vision, I don't see the hate. Clocking every hour, yeah, I'm building my feet. Took me some L's, paid the cost but never broke. Pressure make the diamonds, now I'm speaking in smoke. Age ain't a limit, it's a badge upon my chest. I'm still out running young bucks till my last breath. Legacy in motion, you can see it in my steps. Heart of a lion, you better show respect.
I said I'm ready for greatness. 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 I said I'm ready for
The Big Will Breakdown podcast is produced by William, Big Will Elijah, and Gail. Theme song, Greatness, written, produced, and performed by William Big Will Elijah. Art direction, William Big Will Elijah. Get caught up on the latest episodes of The Big Will Breakdown wherever you podcast. Follow, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to turn those notifications on. For more insights, information, and merchandise, go to thebigwillbreakdown.com. Thank you for your support.